Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Rovi, and MScribe, and today we're going to be talking about DMT taking over all of Bitcoin for sure, for real this time.
You finally have conviction, dude?
I finally do this time, today only.
Have we? Yeah, so we've just done DMT updates up until now because, you know, we're humble guys.
Sure.
Definitely no smug
No, not at all.
in this room. There's no
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, we're trying our best to be as, you know, objective and non-biased, but it seems to be we're getting to a point where it's pretty impossible. Right? I don't know, just because, I mean, I'm being honest here, dude. Like, still waiting for that thing to kind of like introduce itself that's like supersedes our positioning as far as like what's the most interesting thing happening on Bitcoin.
Sure.
Man, that sounds like quite the self-fluffery, but I mean, what do we do, you know?
I mean, we're trying to be as objective as we can, and we can't really help it.
Yeah, some people are clearly like not pleased with
the alpha stature that we bring to this.
You're not
video.
helping at all, dude.
No?
No. So you gotta
I'm shocked.
crank it down a bit. You know? So let's try to be as non-biased and objective by covering this DMT landscape.
All right.
We're going to start off by retitling these videos as DMT Takeover.
DMT sliding in your DMs quietly.
That wasn't
silently.
creepy at all, dude. That was very diddly of you, dude. Very P. Diddly, you know?
Very, very Diddy-like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about Shaco's tweet. Bitcoin blocks are treasure chests hidden in Bitcoin's meme pool or mempool.
Yeah.
Each has a NAT and a bitmap, while special blocks with unique patterns reveal UNAT NFTs. Yeah. So this is a great representation of what is actually happening with the production of blocks on Bitcoin using DMT.
Yeah, it's something we've been like really envisioning, and so there's some things that we've been developing that we haven't like fully executed on to try and make this like more intuitive and persistent, right? Just like mempool is. Mm-hmm. This is a good like graphical representation of like the big picture of what's happening.
Yeah.
What DMT enables when it comes to like native value production on Bitcoin, like it is the new thing, right? Bitcoin blocks.
Yeah. They're
outputting new details that they haven't before, right?
And why is that important? Well, because Bitcoin presumably is going to be producing blocks 100 years from now, 200 years from now.
Yeah.
Right? And so therefore producing new UNATs and NATs.
Yeah.
Right? That's a big deal, right? We want persistency. We want DMT to be aligned to Bitcoin as closely as possible.
Totally agree. Yeah, so shout out Shaco for this awesome. So we need more stuff like this, right? These like very intuitive visual aids to kind of help people, right?
Yeah, and so you were alluding to, we're going to put this on the website, on the...
on MScribe?
Yeah, on MScribe. It's going to not be exactly this, but pretty much exactly that.
Yeah, we want like new users, right, who are onboarded into the ecosystem. Like MScribe is like the nucleus of what's happening in the DMT space for now, until like new competitive marketplaces arise, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right, we're actually hoping for that to happen.
Yes,
we don't want to be the only service providers in the space. But yeah, that would be like your entry exposure. It's like, oh shit, these blocks are outputting digital commodities. Like, this is very cool.
Right. And FOXXI, they just announced that they are pushing out the first Bitminer, the first application deployable in the metaverse, and it's finally open to the wider audience here.
Yeah.
And
today, right?
As of today.
So that means you could literally go to MScribe, look up the NATs page, find the Bitminer, which will be like a trending hot mint. And you're going to enter a Bitmap interface, which means you're going to have all the blocks on display that are that contain a Bitminer, right, per the element registration of this like deployment.
Mm-hmm. And
you simply, if they're available in orange, you just click on however many you want. I guess, is there a cap?
There's a cap right now at 100, but you can
Holy.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. So imagine if somebody went that ham with it. I mean, again, now you have the freedom to get 100 Bitminers if you want. So why would you want to do that, dude?
Well, it produces assets non-arbitrarily, and it has this ability to be deployed in the FOXXIverse, and there's going to be a ton of block drops associated with this as well. And here we are with the first utility asset in the metaverse on Bitcoin space has produced. If Bitmap is going to succeed, it needs more of these types of applications.
Yeah, that was a tweet from me, by the way, from this morning, just because, I mean, that's been our thesis all along. It's this with this collaboration with FOXXI, we have this mutual understanding. Like, this is going to be what drives attention, retention, like actual users of the metaverse who are not just they're just not going to observe this like static 3D diorama and then have no purpose or reason to like stay present, right? It's just like, I immediately want to leave because there's no utility here, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and our whole thesis here is that these applications are going to be composable with other apps, and so you'll be able to create a parcel of land of unique functionality developed by all kinds of developers out there, and people will come and interact with multiple applications on your parcel.
Yeah.
And so that is in progress, and we're going to see more of that pretty soon.
So speaking of it, they mentioned that there's going to be like a NAT token like yield possibility from Bitminer itself, right? So
yeah, so this is more of like a mechanism for projects to collaborate with FOXXI, and like if you're a project and you have some tokens, you can send those tokens to FOXXI, and they'll be able to distribute them through a non-arbitrary functionality from these Bitminers. So Bitminers are going to be deployed. They're going to be producing these assets like FOXXI token now, in this case, the NAT token. And all of a sudden, you are producing these assets from your virtual land.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is cool. So, I mean, people are asking, when is the metaverse, specifically Bitmap, going to, like, I guess, demonstrate, like, a practical use case, right? I think this is it. We've finally hit that inflection moment where Bitmaps, they're not just these orange squares, right?
Right.
Like, as in, like, an ownable collectible. Like, there's some real utility to that. And that's what we said from the very beginning. These bitmaps are going to be a big deal, right? Because they can host things like apps.
That's right.
Right. Metas is what we call them. That's like the official terminology. Another new word we're throwing out there, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, so this is the first, but expect a lot more in the future.
Yeah.
If we could promise you that.
So people are asking, well, how do you render these assets? It says from Decoder, UNAT collections like DMT, Natcats, and Royals have on-chain provenance thanks to the link between deploy and mint inscriptions. This means anyone can index collections without any human intervention. DMT allows for truly decentralized, tamper-proof ordinal collections. So in the way that it's shown here, it's the same way you would render these assets. But the point here is that this is on-chain provenance, and it's locked by the block data.
Yeah, which is why is this important to discuss now? Because there's some activities happening within the ordinal space where, these deployers of ordinal collections, they could potentially act nefariously, right? Let's give a use case scenario, right? Like, hey, I have this 10K collection that I'm creating. Here they are. I've inscribed them, but for whatever reason, I see this individual who minted 100 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I just happen not to like this guy.
Yep.
For many reasons, we're humans. We tend to conflict with one another. So it's like I know this guy has my collection, but I decide arbitrarily not to include those 100 mints into the 10K collection.
Yeah, and so as the creator, it goes to Magic Eden and just like ignores those 100.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, that guy that he doesn't like can't just trade their assets on Magic Eden.
Not part of the collection, bro. You're phased out.
Yeah.
Because there's no actual rules to follow when it comes to actually establishing the provenance of the origins of a collection in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And Magic Eden doesn't care. They're not going to do any investigation as to like,
right.
Is this uploaded like source of truth being, genuine or not? It's like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, they're not going to investigate, so.
No. So this is a problem with ordinals that, per the rule sets of the UNAT framework, it's already solved, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, DMT solves this. Parent-child solves this as well. But parent-child, just another arbitrary, existence mechanism. But again, that's why we have Blockdrops.
Mm-hmm.
Because Blockdrops is a parent-child infrastructure, and it is a method to distribute assets persistently throughout the life of Bitcoin. So if Natcats exists again 100 years from now, that Natcat that you produce in the future will also have that block drop.
Correct.
And it's completely independent of indexers and all that stuff.
Yeah, so this was officially, I guess, released last week. And this week is pretty cool because I think we're going to have some demonstrations here, right? Specifically EV and Natcats. But, there's a tweet here we wanted to mention up next. Here's like a perfect, invisible hands situation where like some random creator on the internet is like, dude, I created something cool.
Yeah.
And I want this to be for Bitmap specifically, right? An existing collector base.
Right.
And I'm leveraging block data and all this stuff to generate this unique asset, right?
Right.
So what do I do moving forward, like to actually...
Yeah. So word for word in one of his tweets is like, now that this is up, the next thing, which I am completely lost on, how do we go from this point to people being able to have their own bit flowers in the wallet for sharing and enjoyment? And most importantly, earn me some Bitcoin to support further efforts which allow them to be tradable by everyone. How do we make this an asset that is usable beyond this BAP?
Yeah.
And then you come in with the perfect tweet. Says, great creation. This is what Blockdrops are meant to do using the DMT protocol. What you've created is an asset that can be deployed as a UNAT, which enables Bitmap owners to mint their flowers combination as a child inscription of their Bitmap, and only Bitmap holders that match that pattern can produce this flower.
Exactly what he's asking for, right? So what's the result of that? Now, these Bitmap owners, they have this tradable asset. Exactly what it's in your wallet. You're able to enjoy it. You're able to view it. You're able to list it.
Yeah.
All that stuff. But first of all, you've minted it because he's leveraging privileged authority, which is a tap protocol function. So now he can actually associate a mint cost for this. Maybe it's like $1.
Yeah.
Right? So if like a few thousand of these actually get claimed, you know, he's got some sustainability. Not the worst thing in the world, guys.
Yeah.
When artists actually want compensation for their work so they can create more stuff.
Yeah.
Man, that's so evil.
Yeah.
How dare he?
Yeah.
How dare he suggest like a sustaining anything?
It's crazy to think that you know, these creators don't deserve, you know, any sustainment.
Yeah, everything needs to be free, don't you know?
Yeah. That's
the future of society is hippie jump circles and like free everything. Didn't you get the memo, dude?
No, I certainly didn't.
Okay.
And this guy didn't either, right? So he's looking for some compensation for his efforts.
Yeah, so the point is the tools are available. The mechanisms are there as per last week. So, yeah, regardless of what happens with that collection, so we got some upcoming block drops on the horizon for sure. So let's talk about those.
Yeah, so EV's coming in. So this block drop will occur on Tuesday, and the ability to inscribe a block drop persists indefinitely over time. I've designed the rarities in the new collection to showcase this exact dynamic. Assets in the collection can only be revealed by the community as block drops are inscribed. This process will take place over an extended time frame, which means that certain ultra-rare traits could be revealed by the community on day one or could be revealed 50 years from now.
That's that persistent shit you were talking about, dude.
That's right.
Lives as long as Bitcoin does.
So while this new collection is a collection, in reality, I considered it as a proto-metaverse event in which the reveal is fully conducted by a decentralized community through interactions with the meta space that is in the Bitcoin blockchain, with unpredictable outcomes that are determined by this blockchain, and where the reveal of ultra-rare assets can take place at any point in time over a massively distributed time frame, as even the existing 8064 supply is likely be revealed over a period longer than one human lifespan.
That is interesting.
Dude, what a philosopher.
Yeah, EV, like I said, he's going to knock it out of the park again for sure.
Yeah.
Because he gets it. He understands exactly what DMT protocol is about and all the new vectors of possibility that it introduces, right? Especially as a creator like himself, an artist.
Yeah.
Right? And he's right. It's fascinating. It's a whole new dynamic that's never been, like, blockchain users have never had, like, to even consider before, right? Which is fascinating.
That's right.
Imagine, like, imagine all the Satoshis that Satoshi, like, held where, I don't know, UNATs, block drops in a sense. Like, and then for whatever reason, Satoshi comes back and he's like, you know what? Time to, like, liquidate some of these Satoshis. Hopefully he never did that. I'm going to put these on the market without even understanding or knowing that some assets have been block dropped to him.
Right.
And then the market discovers, it's like, holy shit, there's this one-of-one grill that he's been holding on to all these years.
And it still has all the block drops.
Yeah, it's there. Now it's like there's this huge market competition for these assets that have been introduced because there's a provenance association to something extremely scarce and rare, right?
Right.
So that's what he means by all these tweets, right? Like, this is all completely decentralized. The community is part of this whole market dynamic, right? Which is
Yeah, and it persists. Like, it goes beyond our lifetime. That's
True.
crazy.
Yeah, this is stuff our kids will probably be witnessing.
Yeah, our kids would be like, dude, I got a Natcat. And it's like, yeah, I did that like 30 years ago.
Yeah. It's like, Dad gave me one of those.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, and I insta-sold it once he gave it to me. It's like, damn it, Junior.
Paid off like college and a house and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
All right, so another tweet by EV says, all the builds on the dynamics that are most compelling to me about DMT Natcats: dynamic rarities, autonomous lore, ultra-long timeframes for generation, and explores these dynamics in a new context with a completely different pace and a higher level of interactivity only possible through Blockdrops. All right, so Natcats, so when is this going to be happening? It says 7 p.m. UTC on Tuesday, September 24th.
That's tomorrow.
Yep. So more info on pricing and instructions to follow. So it's pretty simple. As soon as this happens, just go to your Natcat, and there'll be a Blockdrop tab when you're looking at the details page of your Natcat.
On mScribe.
On mScribe. Yeah. And then you click on that block drop, and then you'll see the actual block drops and all associated block drops, so specifically EVs. All right, so King coming in, and she is saying that she's considering doing a block drop, and details are coming soon.
Very soon.
For the Royals. Yeah, this is a big deal.
Yeah, so we're getting more OG UNAT collections, you know, figuring out like exactly what the thesis is about. Like, this is how you expand the value of the entire ecosystem, right?
That's right. That's how you contribute value as a creator, as a community. You can also do block drops to these assets as well.
Yeah.
And DMT Chaos, this is Enoch also coming in with a block drop. No details yet, but it's definitely coming. Teaser's released here in the next couple of tweets, I guess.
Yeah, Chaos is sick. The Enoch, a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Even without all the art. But the art itself is also truly unique. It was the first collection to leverage the nonce field, right? And its production. So looking forward to that.
All right, we got Mango the Pug, another block drop to the Royals.
Yeah, shout out Matthew.
Yeah.
Our DMT Spaces host.
Right.
Those happen every Wednesday. What time? Like typically like 7 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
It could change, but yeah, definitely you want to tune into those Twitter Spaces because that's typically where the alpha drops. And this week, I think there'll be some significant alpha dropping, especially if you're like interested to know details about the NATRIX.
Right.
I recommend joining. But yeah, this is an example of somebody in the community, like you're saying.
Yeah. And this is what we want. There hasn't been a framework for the community to contribute directly to a collection, and this is the first time that this has been enabled for the community.
Yeah, man. It's actually happening.
And it's working.
Yeah, this is great.
All right. So Mango the Pug, the tap protocol just activated block drops today. Are you ready to claim your pugs on the Royals?
I'm so ready. I love pugs. I've always wanted one, but I'm not like the best pet owner. Just not for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I would like a digital pug. Hopefully one day we can get those little suckers deployable in the metaverse.
Functional like Tamagotchis, maybe?
Yeah, maybe that'll be a thing.
All right. So we got Brian here with the interesting tweet. It says, it's fun to think about the assigning of attributes to non-arbitrary assets. For example, UNATs in the bits field run in multiples of 2016. There could be a UNATtribute for the first and last UNAT in that run. So the first one would be an uncommon UNAT of that collection, and then the last one would be a black UNAT.
Yeah, so this is very parallel, synonymous to like what's going on with rare sets, right? So yeah, community members are discovering like rare positionings within like UNATs, ordering themselves, and these are all native to like the different properties of the fields themselves.
Yeah,
which is very cool. Like this is the type of like the bit information. Damn it, I can't even remember how to say bit informatics. Like the study of the Bitcoin block data to discover these things, right? Like this is what I've been wanting to see. You know?
Yeah, and he follows this up with another tweet. Simple idea for attributes is we have the Bitcoin data, we have the patterns. It says first taker to extract a pattern gets I guess like a badge of the first to inscribe, and then taker number 2, etc. will also get like silver and bronze badges.
Yeah, so these are just more examples of potential attributes. So it's a lot like block attributes, all this stuff, right? So this is stuff that marketplaces will have to support down the line.
Yeah.
Which we probably will, right?
Yeah, and if you didn't think there wasn't much happening in DMT ecosystem, there's still more.
Yeah,
right?
I know. We've already hit like our time limit.
Yeah.
But let's keep going.
Yeah.
As long as we can.
DMT patterns. The mint date has been arranged for October 1st, not expecting a bloody, no-holds-barred PvP. And this is going to be a free mint.
Yeah.
Right? And I think I have... Yeah, so this is their Twitter account, and then look at this. This is an example of what people are going to be inscribing, right? So if you click random here, you'll see the different patterns.
Non-arbitrarily generated, right?
Right.
Let me take off my glasses for this because colors definitely...
Yeah, they matter here.
Everything's orange with these things on. So, man, so these are beautiful, man. This is gorgeous art. I'm definitely looking forward to this. And again, it's free 99 in case you're like...
Yeah, counting the sats.
In case you're on like the ramen diet at the moment. For whatever reason, you still want like some DMT exposure.
Yeah.
Here it is, dude.
And if you don't know what DMT is, definitely go to this website, click on this video, watch it, 100 seconds, and you'll know exactly what DMT is.
Correct.
All right, moving on. We got Bitmap City.
Yeah.
Another DMT asset about to drop. So there's 50 layers, 56 middle layers, 26 top layers, and 10 special traits.
Yeah, I think this collection will probably be launching in a few weeks or so, but this one's interesting because it's another market vector like brought into the DMT space with photography.
That's right.
And something potentially new that maybe people will gravitate to or not. It's like, I like to call it profile banner pictures.
That's right.
Right? Because if you don't know, it's not we don't just come with profile pictures on X, dude. We have banners too, all of us.
That's right. That's right.
Why not leverage that as like identity space, right? And this is the first creator I've actually seen. I don't know if that was ever a thing in like NFT land. Anybody who's
I don't think so.
It was just a PFP meta only. It's like, dude, what a whiff.
Yeah.
Imagine if like this is the first of like a new meta. It's like, dude, just create cool art that everybody wants to display as their Twitter bio banner, right? I feel like that's a legitimate thing.
Yeah, I'm looking to see, what these sayings actually say, like UNAT ready, and what other ones exist.
I've seen like Natcats, like the actual like.
Oh, the actual face of a Natcat.
Yeah, I think you can go pretty crazy with it, which I think this collection will.
Okay.
So yeah, well, most likely, Mscribe's banner will probably become one of these at some point.
Yeah, so Stan Marek here, he comes in with several tweets showcasing, this case, Natlantis.
Yeah, dude.
But several environments based off like a bitmap and like just a different kind of experience that we haven't seen. Yeah,
this is all for like, as of right now, according to these tweets, like the first class of like UNAT entrants are like the Natfrogs, the Royals, and Natcats, right? So some of these clips, there's a Natfrog running around.
Yeah.
You just go through this Stan's Twitter feed, and he has all kinds of awesome videos where these UNAT avatars essentially they're present, dude. This is like another metaverse experience, right? This is pretty cool.
Yeah. So speaking of metaverse experience, we wanted to show this video. So this is what is the name of this game? This trading card game?
I don't remember.
I think it's like Trading Card Simulator.
Yeah, TCG Cards Shop Simulator.
Yeah. So what this is like, so this is a simulator. This is like a one-off experience, but this is an example of what can be done in the metaverse. So what you're seeing here is a bunch of NPCs, but the whole point of this particular experience is that you're a shop and you're hosting this environment and you are purchasing like these cases of bunch of trading cards.
Yeah.
And you are opening these trading cards and you're looking at the perceived value of these trading cards and then putting them up for sale in your shop.
Yeah.
And so think of this experience as like one aspect of what's going to be happening in the metaverse in a way where there's going to be landowners who are hosting the shop, other people who are producing the cards. These cards are non-arbitrary assets.
Correct.
And so there's an entire ecosystem, and then there's people in the background actually playing the game.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole ecosystem here just in like a single plot of land.
Yeah, absolutely. You can associate like smart contract functionality, which good news is everything we're building is part of the TAP protocol ecosystem. So our creators are going to have access to those new functions, right? Specifically privilege authority enabled like token logic, right? So like if you win these combat situations within these little spatial environments, you could be earning some token, right? Per token logic of a smart contract, right? So all this is possible. This is the type of activity that we want to see happening in the metaverse. Because again, we're not building a technology stack for 3D dioramas for people to jump around in. Hell no.
Yeah.
We're building things for real developers to come in to build real apps, real experiences like this that are going to actually get users attention, retention, and all the good stuff, right? Like I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And this could be happening on just one single parcel within the Natrix, dude. So
that's right.
What's happening in the Natrix right now? Let's just jump in real quick.
Yeah.
So again, definitely tune into our Twitter Spaces, and we're going to be dropping details probably this week, about the Natrix.
Oh, what's going on?
It's
going to
be
here,
unexpected. Dude. Yeah, there's developers already kind of tinkering around, dude.
Dude, look at that.
Yeah. Is that a keyboard? It has to be a keyboard.
It's kind of like it
in the making. Yeah, there's actual. So there's a few devs out there that we've given like access to, like this BitmapOS environment, specifically in the Natrix, and they're already kind of like tinkering around and building stuff, right?
Whoa, this looks familiar, dude.
It does. It looks cool, don't it?
It kind of looks like the Matrix.
A little bit, dude, but with a little bit of Natrix flavorings.
Yeah.
Definitely like its surroundings are pretty interesting, right?
Right.
But specifically this interactive functional stuff. So these are the beginnings of developers building new assets, right? Metas, tokenized applications, because the technology stack of BitmapOS enables that, right? That's what we're trying to showcase here.
Right.
And we haven't even really got the show started, but it's already working, dude. People are in here building.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what you're seeing here is just like the very base level MVPs. All these cubes, like these all could be their own individual GLB, very much like these are GLBs, right? But then you can actually interact with this. So this is going to be sort of like a podcast machine where you can just like drop this on your LAN, click play, and then listen to any podcast.
Maybe us.
Yeah, us or any other podcast.
Yeah.
This could be the next Fall Guys like experiment, right? Instead of Fall Guys like large landscape, you just kind of build up, right? So and then that's a game, and then I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either, but I'm excited to find out. So that's kind of the point. So people coming in here are going to get first access to this is actually Bitmap coming to life, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys are going to be part of the Natrix experiment, you're going to be in for a treat for what I think, because you're going to get an experience that nobody else is going to have, right?
Right.
And you're going to get to see and witness all this stuff actually come to life and see, what is this thing going to end up becoming, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so ultimately this land distribution event is going to be happening here pretty soon. And then, once everybody gets their parcels, there's going to be like a neighbor, meet your neighbor event. Like the same day.
So if you're wondering what does all this have to do with DMT, well, everything you see in this environment is DMT.
Yeah.
Everything from the land, from the content, eventually the commodities that are being produced here. Again, like we talked about, like the token logic where certain activities or conditions can be met through the apps that are built here. Therefore, you can generate new tokens as a result of that.
Right.
All this is possible, and it's going to occur. And this is what's new. There's never been a metaverse stack that's been completely non-arbitrary and DNC-based, and that's
right.
what the Natrix is going to demonstrate.
Yeah, man. There's so many things in the pipeline that are in the works, like a lot of tap developments that we're going to be leveraging here pretty soon that makes the L1 environment in the metaverse actually sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not going to cost an arm and a leg just to do a single transaction.
Correct.
Like, it's all in the works, and it's all, for the metaverse, really.
Yeah, so definitely tune into tomorrow's video, most likely, that will be dropping. We're going to go as deep as we can explaining what you just said, the tap stuff, right?
Yeah.
What is the actual protocol and the logic within that and the functionalities that are going to enable us to execute on an actual functional metaverse ecosystem that's sustainable, right? Where you don't have to, spend arm and a leg just on transacting in things.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
We're going to break it all down for you guys.
All right, that's it for us. If there are any questions or we miss anything in the DMT ecosystem, let us know in the comment section below. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.